All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all. I hope my voice is coming clear to you from your side. Please inform me if you have any difficulty, if the sound volume is not good, and anytime you have a problem with hearing YouTube, please just refresh your page or change your browser. Before we start today, please don't forget to invite your friends, copy the link of the streaming, and it doesn't cost you any money. It just copy paste in some Facebook pages, tell your friends, so we will get more and more people here. Today our topic is very simple, and always I notice that Muslims are the last one to know. When I say that, I mean whatever that word mean. You know, if a man, his wife, she's cheating on him, he is the last one to know. If a wife, her husband cheating on her, she is the last one to know. And Muslim is no better. He is the last one to know. He speak too much of God, he do not know. He speak too much of a religion, he himself do not know. He speak about belief, which he do not know, which is a Christianity, and he speak about his belief, which is Islam, which he don't know too. I mean, for how long Muslims will stay as people who know nothing, and yet they want to teach us something? You know, isn't it weird that you do not know, but yet you want to teach us? So now this is my challenge to the Muslims. Today we are here, and as usual, anyone feel free to call me live on air, and you can prove me wrong if you can. If you cannot, that is not my problem. The topic today is about a post made by a Muslim in Facebook. Actually, it's going to be two topics. I will try to cover them both. If not, I will cover one for now, which is the title of our video. However, anyone during the live broadcast, especially from the Muslims, if you like to call me, feel free to call me to this Skype account. It's very easy and it's for free. Let us see first what the Muslims in their Facebook they are talking about, and then we will deal with the intelligence problem of the Muslims. And by the way, I'm not insulting when I say what I say. I mean it. You know, obviously we have a lack of intelligence, not only lack of knowledge. And for sure it's not your problem. I mean, let us say it's your problem actually, but it's not your fault. You know, when a person he grow in a society and the society keep repeating a lie, and then the lie became a true lie, which means you believe it, that is very normal. But we have the medicine for this kind of illness. So this is a Muslim in Facebook. Let us share with you on the screen what he said. And please again don't forget to copy the link of the streaming and paste in Facebook, so we can have more and more people here, and all of us we can enjoy listening to the truth, and the truth will set you free. This is a Muslim. His name is Muhyiddin. I assure you he do not know what his name means. Christians has no escape route to salvation. I mean, how funny it is that a Muslim he speak about salvation, and we will show you why. I mean, this is hilarious. This is not only crazy, this is madness. A Muslim is speaking about salvation. Before we start talking about salvation, let us see what your prophet said about salvation, my friend. All right. Remember, the one who's talking here is your prophet, so don't accuse him to be stupid. That will be a shame of you. This is the prophet of Allah. He is the wise person ever exists for mankind. He is the best of the best. He is the smartest of the smartest. He is the wiser of the wise. He is the knowledgeable of all knowledgeable men. He is the best of mankind, as you Muslims claim. Look what he said. A Muslim is giving us a speech about salvation. That is a serious joke. Muhammad, he said, remember again, the one is talking is Muhammad. Allah Messenger, may Allah pray on him and salute him, said, there is none amongst you whose deed alone would attain salvation for him. Okay, so Muslims, all the prayer you do, the Hajj, Jihad, asking Allah for forgiveness, kissing the black stone, all of this, nothing. All of it. Actually, the translation is not even close to be accurate. Is not even close. Let me show you how Muslims, they lie to you, Muslims, especially those who speak Arabic, how they lie to you when they translate the hadith. The hadith is just in Arabic, just next to it. Muhammad, he did not say your deed alone will save you. He did not say that. He said in Arabic. Let me read for you. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم ليس أحد منكم ينجيه عمله. The Prophet of Allah, he said, the Messenger of Allah said, none of you, his deed will save him. Not his deed alone. Where is the alone coming from? I mean, seriously, where is the deed alone will coming from? If there is any Muslim, he speak Arabic, please give me a call immediately and tell me where is the word alone, which is shown here in the translation, is coming from. It's a scam. It is a scam. So the Muslims, in order to cover the problem here, they added the word alone, but it's not exist. So there is no alone. So what does that mean? Your deeds, Muslims, will not save you. There's no salvation for you. No deeds. Your prayer, zakat, jihad, saying shahada, all the crazy things you practice in your life is a waste of time, and the one is saying that is Muhammad. And the Muslims, in order to fool you, the Arab Muslims, in order to fool you, they added the word alone. But the word alone is not there. So your Prophet said, there is none amongst you who is deeds jump alone, there is no alone, it's a lie, would attain him salvation. All right. They, the companions, said, Allah Messenger, not even you. What about you? You are the Prophet. You are the best of mankind. You are Muhammad. You are. Your name is written in the chair of Allah, in the couch of Allah, in the pillow of Allah, in the cushion of Allah, in the shirt of Allah. Allah in His shirt it says Muhammad. If you look at the back shirt of Allah, it says Muhammad. If you look at the hat of Allah, it says Muhammad. And for sure, all of them says Muhammad Rasulullah. So what is your situation, Muhammad, when it comes to salvation? Look what Muhammad said. He, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, became holy since when? This is a false translation. It doesn't even say that in Arabic. Said, not even I. Not even what? Not even what? What? Where is the faith? Guys, there's a guy in the text saying, if you don't have faith, where is the word faith? Yazid, let us see who is the idiot here. Can you show me the word faith? Can you show me the word faith? Guys, let me show you this Abdul trying to defend his prophet. Let me show you what he said. I mean, Muslims, seriously, they are it's a joke. Look. Let me go back to his text. This is the text of the Abdul. His name is Yazid. It reminds me of the name of Ya'fur, because Ya'fur, his name is Yazid, the donkey. Remember the donkey? Okay, read with me. What an idiot. What an idiot. Okay. Of course, deeds alone cannot save you unless you have faith. Well, your prophet did not say that, Abdul. And somebody he is doing deeds for Allah, he is doing prayer, someone doing Hajj, he don't have faith. Are you kidding me? Somebody kissing the black stone, somebody crying for Allah for forgiveness, you don't have faith yet? Who is the idiot here? And why your prophet did mention the word faith? You are correcting your prophet. I mean, that is a serious logic. So you are saying you know better than your prophet. So you're a prophet saying he did not use the word alone, and that is a lie. Nowhere in the Arabic text it says alone. This is the Arabic text in the front of me. It says ليس أحد منكم ينجيه عمله. Not even one of you, his deeds will save him. No alone, no +1 -1, no 3 deeds, no 4 deeds. The word alone does not exist. Liars will end in hellfire. Then they said to him, prophet, what about you? You are the prophet of God. What about you? You are the one who Allah sent him his limousine. And you went to the 7th heaven and nobody saw you. There's no witnesses, not even your wife. By the way, prophet, how come all your miracles nobody saw them? Anyway, not our topic. So the prophet now he gave them the answer. He said, not even I. What? Even Muhammad, he don't have salvation granted, but Allah orbs me with his mercy. So what Islam is about? Huh? What Islam is about? That's mean all the verses in the Quran is a lie. The Quran says those who do good deeds and those who do pray to Allah and those who do jihad, they will go to heaven. But Muhammad saying all your deeds will not save you. Not even I. Islam is about submission. That another statement, Mr. Yazid. It's showing you that you are ignorant, because not even one word in the Quran speak of submission. Where in the Quran says submission, Abdul? Can you show me the word? I want to see it. Islam is about you surrender, and you do not need to be a believer in Islam to go to heaven. Let me get you busted, even if we go a little bit out of the topic. Do I need really to be a believer in Islam? No. No. Just say Shahada, be fake. All right. It's not required to be a believer in Islam. It's required only to say Shahada. And you can be a hypocrite, false, liar, as long as you say Shahada, it's okay with Allah. Let me show you the verse. Let me hold on. Let me switch the screen so I don't hurt your eyes. The search engine in this website is bad. All right. Here we go. This is your Quran confirming that to be a Muslim have nothing to do even with being faithful. You do not need even to believe. Read with me. Chapter 49, verse number 14. قالت الأعراب آمنا. The Arabian, they said, we believe. قل, say, you did not believe. لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا. You do not believe, you idiot. Just say we are Muslims. What the heck? Just say we surrender. We just surrender. We did not convert to Islam. As a believers, we convert to Islam as surrendering. We surrender into Islam. We don't believe in Islam. Islam is not a true religion. We just fake. You see here in the translation, they say to you, we submit, right? This is Islam. But the fact doesn't say that. Change the translation, you will see how the word changed right away from submit to surrender. Do you see it? So what's happening here? In the chapter 49, verse number 14. Those who Muhammad, he threatened them by the sword. If you don't convert to Islam, I will kill you. I will slaughter you one by one. So now they say, okay, we convert to Islam, we say Shahada. So the Arab, they said, we believe. Muhammad, he said, saying that Allah told him, you believe not? You believe not. And not only that, the translation is not accurate. He is saying to them, you should say, just say we are Muslims. Don't say you believe. Don't play games with me. I know you. None of you believe in me. I don't even believe in me. You should only say we have surrendered to Islam or to Allah. So it's not required to be a faithful or a believer in Islam. You need only to say Shahada. Look what the Quran says, for faith has not yet entered your heart. So how they became Muslims? And why Allah calling them Muslims if they are not Muslims? What kind of God he call his false believers? Because obviously they are false believers and faith never entered their heart. Why he called them Muslims? For sure Muslims have no answer for that. Right? Well, Yazid, you know, keep. Let me show you guys what Yazid he said. Hold on. Let me show you. Yes, CB. If you don't convert, you got put to sword or pay jizya. I don't care. I love it. Abdul. In case you do not know, you Muslims right now is the one is paying jizya. You like it, I love it. Our president, he went to Middle East, and you Muslims are dying everywhere from hunger, but yet you Muslims have money to pay our president $400 billion from your pocket, willingly or not. You are the Muslims who is paying jizya. Our airplanes are right now flying in Syria, in Iraq, in Somalia, in Yemen, in Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait, in Qatar, in Bahrain, in Turkey, in Pakistan. You name it, man. I mean, where you even Muslims have a country? Just sit down, Abdul. Let's continue. Now we go back to the smart Abdul who want to teach us about salvation. So right now we figure out that Muhammad himself, he grant no salvation, not even for himself, unless Allah warp him with his mercy. It's like gambling. And Muslims, all the things they do, there is no salvation for them unless Allah grant them, or let us say warp them with his mercy. So what this Abdul is talking about here? Salvation? A Muslim is speaking about salvation? Let us continue. Clear your mind. Abraham and Ishmael were historical foundation of Eid al-Kabir, and the reason for the fast, the feast of celebration. You know how, when I say Muslims are dumb by birth, I mean it. The Muslim Abdul, he stole from our Bible the story, he put it in his Quran, and now he is debating us to prove us that we should believe in that. You stupid, don't we believe in Abraham? However, do you Muslims, are you sure that the one who was going to be slaughtered is Ishmael? I mean, how stupid the Muslims are. Even their books, it says it was Isaac. Do you want to see that? You Muslims are a bunch of idiots who do not know how to read and how to write. You claim that only your prophet was an idiot. No, all of you. Let me get you the reference. Hold on. I don't want to hurt your eyes looking for the reference. All right, here we go. Bingo. Tafsir al-Tabari, one of the oldest interpretation for the Quran. However, all Muslim interpretation is a shish kebab falafel, because as you will notice, they are just guessing. Muslims have no idea what Muhammad is talking about. Look what it says. Tafsir al-Tabari, Tafsir Surah al-Saffat, page number, let me show you the page number, 79 and 80. Do you see it, Abdul? So you can say we are reading from both pages. And Ibn Abbas said, وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذَبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ, we ransom him with great sacrifice. Who is the one who's talking? Allah. Allah, he gave sacrifice. We will go back to that. قال, who is talking? Ibn Abbas. Who is talking? Ibn Ikrama. Who is talking? An Dawood. Who is talking? Ibn Adi. Who is talking? Al-Muthanna. All of those report the following. قال هو إسحاق. The one who Abraham he sacrificed is Ishaq. Who is the one who is saying that? Ibn Abbas. Who is Ibn Abbas? The cousin of Muhammad. Who is the cousin of Muhammad? He is the one Muhammad named him to be the scholar of the nation, and he is the only one Muhammad prayed for him that he will be the scholar of Islam. There is no other person Muhammad he prayed to Allah to make him a scholar for Islam. So Ibn Abbas is a big shot with no question. So you idiot, even Ibn Abbas says that the one who was going to be sacrificed is Ishaq. I mean, how many times we need to repeat to those donkeys that this is not Ishmael? Even your book saying that. Can you find me a reason why Muslims are so deaf? Is that the camel urine side effect? And I can show you tons of books too, not only this. Even hold on. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Do you know who this guy is talking here? This is Abu al-Faraj ibn Jawziyah, al-Jawzi. The Imam Ahmad. All of them, they agree that this is Ishaq, Isaac. So why Muslims keep saying that this is Ishmael? I mean, do you Muslims can find us the answer first before you open your mouth? Even your scholars, they say this is not Ishmael. But let me tell you what they will say. Oh, we are Muslims who are confused. Some scholars, they say it's Isaac. Some scholars, they say it's Ishmael, because Islam is a shish kebab falafel and Allah knows best. Right? Now let us continue. So now this Muslim, he is debating us about that Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is coming from the story of Ishmael and Abraham. Hold on, Abdul. Eid al-Fitr, Abdul, Eid al-Fitr is something you Muslim practice after the Hajj. Something you Muslim practice after the Hajj. So what feast? Where the feast? What is the connection between the feast and the Hajj? Actually, sorry, I'm talking about Eid al-Fitr is the one after the Ramadan. What the connection of Abraham and the feast? The Muslims, by the way, in the old days, they used to believe that the Eid, which is Al-Adha, is a Eid of sacrifice, the day of sacrifice, and that day is the same as the one they practice, which is called Al-Fitr. They fast, they practice fasting, and then they break the feast. And then they start saying that this is the day of sacrifice. But he just mentioned here that this is the day of feast. What feast? Why you are making feast? You are fasting? Absolutely. This is something they copy from the Sabian who practice the feast after fasting. So the 30 days of Fitr, which is something they call it today as Fitr, is the same as the 30 days of fasting which those people they practice when they give sacrifice. It is the same practice. If you read the story in the Quran, you will see that there is no feast. No feast. I challenge any Muslim to show me the feast in the Quran. Who is a Muslim? He have the courage to call me right now and show me the feast. Are we talking about Eid al-Fitr, the one you Muslims today you use it as you call it as Eid al-Fitr, or you are speaking about what is called the day of sacrifice? So how you mention you have a feast? Because based on the Quran story which he is posting for us, Allah himself, he sent a great sacrifice. And this sacrifice nobody ate it except Allah. So how you do feast? Let us read together, just to show you how the Muslims are confused about their religions and they have no idea what they are talking about. If we go in the Quran, we will find this. And by the way, both of them, Ramadan, the one after Ramadan which they call Al-Fitr, and the one which after the Hajj is the same. Both of them, they sacrifice. Both of them is the day of Adha. They call it Fitr, they call it Adha, it doesn't matter. Both of them, they end with sacrificing. And you can go on right now and search how many sacrifice the Muslims they give at the end of the month of Ramadan, and how many sacrifice they give at the end of the month of Al-Adha. The same. Now, if we go in the Quran, we will find the following. Let us see. Chapter 37, verse number 107. Remember, the Muslim, he said that at the end of the month of, or let's say the practice of Hajj, we practice feast. Let me show you how dumb the Muslims are. Where is the feast? The Quran in chapter 37 verse number 107 says the following, that Allah, he sent down a ransom and he sent down a sacrifice. And then who is the one who took the sacrifice? Allah. Where he took the sacrifice? To him. So who is the one who ate the feast? Do we have any Muslim to answer? I am going to sue CB for using my... Okay, no problem. Feel free, Abdul, feel free. Any Muslim can answer us. How this idiot he say we celebrate the feast of Abraham. When Abraham, he did not celebrate his feast, did he eat his son? Based on the story in the Quran, Allah, he sent the ransom, and then Allah, he took the ransom up to him. Let us read the interpretation of the verse. Chapter 37, verse number 107. Read with me, Abdul. We ransomed him with a fat ram. Who is the one who sent ransom? Allah. Where is the ram gone? Allah took it up to heaven. So who is the one who ate the feast? Allah. So why you are celebrating the feast? And Abdul can answer me. Abraham, he sacrificed nothing. He sacrificed no son. He killed no ram. It was Allah who did that, and he is the one who sent the ram, and he is the one who took the ram back to him. So what feast you are celebrating? Any Muslim can answer? If you are not satisfied with this interpretation, I can show you more interpretation, Muslims. Hold on. From your own books. So you don't cry and say we are choosing something we like only. So we go to Ibn Kathir as an example, not necessarily. Not necessarily. All right. Chapter 37, 107. This is Ibn Kathir. We go to 37. I hope I'm not hurting your eyes by flipping fast. Okay. We go to verse 107. 107. Where is 107? 123, 180, 114. Okay. Okay. All right. Let us see what is the interpretation. All right. Just to show you how stupid the Muslims when they say that the one who was sacrificed is Ishmael. The Quran confirmed it was Isaac. Read with me. Then he says, وَبَشَّرْنَاهُ بِإِسْحَاقَ نَبِيًّا مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ, and we gave him the glad tidings of Isaac, a prophet from the righteous. Hold on. The story of sacrificing came after, right away after mentioning Isaac. And this is even in their interpretation books. Now what happened? And we gave him a glad tidings of Isaac, a prophet from the righteousness, having given the glad tidings of the one whom is to be sacrificed. Muslim, do you see it? Muslims, do you see it? So why you Muslims keep repeating yourself like a recording machine, like a rooster? Keep saying that the one who was sacrificed is Ishmael. What's wrong with you? Stupid. I can't call you stupid. This is an insult to the stupid ones, because even your book saying the same. Yeah, you know, Hani, thank you for posting that verse. Hani is proving to us that Muhammad is copying the word Echad, which Echad mean. Guys, let me show you. Hold on. Even if we go out of the topic a little bit, let me show you how we get the Abdul busted.
Look at this guy. Thank you, honey. Thank you. By the way, Hani is the same guy who gave me the link where it says that he's a prophet. He used to receive the inspiration like buzz of bees. This is the same guy. Look at this. This guy said the following. Was ever that Allah was part of multiple gods? You stupid Abdul, we don't believe in multiple gods. Do you? Show me one Christian believe in multiple gods. Stupid idiot. Next, the Quran over and over says, over and over says, Allah is one. Where the Quran says Allah is one? Let us see. Also ahead does not mean one. The Bible said also ahad does not mean one. Are you agreeing with that? Are you agreeing with, guys? Did you see what he said? Also ahad does not mean one. Off. And then he posed for us the chapter from the Bible, chapter 6 verse number 4 says that Israel Adonai Elohim Adonai Echad. Abdul, do you know what you did? You just shoot your God in his testicles. Why? Because Echad mean one off. It is a unity. This is why the Bible says the man he leave his parents and he will be with his wife one. Echad. Do you see how stupid you are? You just shut your God. The man he leave his wife, leave his parents, sorry, and he will marry a woman and he will become with her echad. The man and the husband are echad. Are they one as a number? No, they are one as unity. For now they are married. So you are a stupid dump. You do not know what echad mean. Anyone can go right now and search in the internet and you will see that echad mean unity. Dump as you're a prophet. Takbir. And this is how the Muslims get themselves busted. Actually, the Quran in the chapter of Al-Ikhlas, Muhammad is copying this verse from the Bible where it says your God is echad. But by doing that, he got himself busted because echad does not mean one as number. It means one as unity. And we can show you tons of verses, not only about the man and the women, where the word echad appear. But I like the Muslims. They are the most funny, dumb people ever to defend a religion. It's called Islam. And this is additional proof that Islam is a false religion. If Allah is God, shouldn't he sponsor his followers with some intelligence? I believe this is a serious question. And it's a serious challenge. If Allah is God, how come he could not provide them with any kind of intelligence to the point they are agreeing that the Bible says echad? There's a video I made a few days ago. I don't know how many of you watch it. That he said Elohim, Elohim. He was speaking about Muhammad name in the Bible. He said Elohim. If you ask any Jew, he will tell you that Elohim is a plural name. And if you ask any Jew, he will tell you we believe only in one God. Stupid idiot. Are you sure? Are you sure? You can go and watch the video right now. He was saying Elohim is a plural name of God. Why? And he continues saying, if you ask any Jew, do you believe in multiple God? They will say no, God is one. But we say Elohim as a plural of respect. It's a respect. But the stupid idiot, you forgot that the Quran says that the Jews believe in many gods. So how you say that the Jews don't believe in many gods? Who of you is lying? Now you are saying the truth. The Jews believe in one God, but your God Allah was lying, because Allah in the Quran he said that the Jews worship a guy, his name is Uzair. What the heck? Who is this guy Uzair? The shish kebab religion of Allah. وقالت اليهود عزير ابن الله وقالت النصارى المسيح ابن الله. What does that mean? The Jews, they say that Uzair is the son of Allah. But by that he said, if you ask any Jew what Elohim mean, he will say to you, it's a plural of respect. We believe in one God. Do you see how we get them busted? They are stupid like their prophet, stupid that they like their God, stupid like their scholars. Be that admitted life that he is lying and his prophet is lying about everything he said. You know, honey, don't tell me I challenge you. If you dare to challenge me, call me. Okay, and don't forget to wear your diaper before you call. Right now. Guys, let us count to 10. Do you think Hani is willing to put his diaper on and call me live? This guy, he keep posting and he wanna refute me. Do you dare? Are you sure? Hani, are you sure? Call us right now. And don't worry. Be happy. Allah will help you. I mean, if Allah is with you, my friend, what are you worried from? Huh? You can call us right now to my Skype. And Allah will bless you very much for calling me. Do you dare? I will count to 10. Huh? And I will be happy to see you calling me. Let us see if you are man enough to do it. If there is any Muslim here have the courage and the knowledge, please feel free. I am the Christian Prince and I approve this message. So the Muslims admitted that they lie when they speak about our Bible, they lie when they speak about their Quran, they don't even understand their religion. They say it is Ishmael when they say it is Isaac. The interpretation says so, the scholar they say so, yet but they say to us different story. So when this Abdul in Facebook, he says to us that this is Ishmael, obviously he is being a dumb idiot who do not know what is written in his books. Now, as long the Muslim they mention to us that Allah he sent a ransom, the question should be, what is the connection between the feast this guy is talking about and the ransom of Allah? Allah sent the ransom. Allah he took the ransom to him. Allah he ate the ransom. Why you Muslims have a feast? Any Muslim have an answer? Any Muslim have an answer? Absolutely no. Let me continue then. In the interpretation here it says, and this is Ibn Kathir, remember, not my statement, I have nothing to do with it. And we gave him the glad tidings of Isaac, a prophet from the righteousness, having given a glad tidings of the one was to be sacrificed. Do you see it? Who won the reference? Who won the reference where it says it clearly that the one to be sacrificed is Isaac? Who won it? Here we go. This is the link. And this is from the website and from the reference and from the scholars of the stupid Abdul. We continue. The disaster is not over yet. I mean, are we done? Absolutely not. We did not even start yet. We did not. Let us go after. Oh boy. Okay. So we did read from 107 already.
Let us go from here. I mean, what a stupid Quran, man. I mean, what this is? The interpretation of the Quran is like a messed up story. Where to go now? What happened? I don't find the story, the complete story. Okay, 114, 122, 123. What is that? Look like the goat ate it. Let me go back. Hold on. Where is the sacrifice of Allah? I'm trying to find it. Here. Okay. And we ransomed him with a great sacrifice. Who is the one is giving sacrifice? Take a note. Allah. The Muslims, they say to us, why Jesus, he was a sacrifice? Do God need to give a sacrifice to himself to make himself happy? Muslims, Allah giving sacrifice to who? Who is a brave Muslim, have the courage and the knowledge to tell us Allah giving sacrifice to who? Anyone? Who is a Muslim, have the answer? Allah giving sacrifice to who? To himself? Don't you Muslims say, is it funny that God he sacrificed for himself Jesus so he will forgive the Christians? So you Muslims, your God gives sacrifice to who? The Christian believe in the Trinity. You Muslim believe in the Trinity? Do you think Allah was standing in front of the mirror talking to himself, giving sacrifice to himself? What sacrifice to Abraham? Don't be stupid. Abraham is the one giving sacrifice, not him supposedly. And the one who took the ram is Allah. So Allah he sent the ram, Allah he took back the ram. Like what the heck? I thought you Muslims against God to give a sacrifice, for God is one. So Allah is giving sacrifice to who? Iyad Mustafa, I'm asking you, you are the Muslim. Guys, Mustafa is saying to me, why you didn't tell us? You tell me. I'm the one who's asking the question. If your Muslim says that Allah is God, he did not need to sacrifice to himself, and this is why you refuse Jesus to be a ransom for us. Allah giving sacrifice to who? And why he called it bidhabhin azim? You see, he's not even giving sacrifice only, he is giving a great sacrifice. Azim. You see, azim, the Muslim they lie to us, they say the word akbar min azim, or a great. That's false. The word azim is the one is a great. So the Quran says it clearly, Allah he gave sacrifice which is a great sacrifice. And what is the great sacrifice? A ram. Why it's a ram? Any Muslim can tell us. Why Allah chose to send us a ram? Don't say sacrifice as a noon. So it's what? Sacrifice. It's in front of you, Abdul. What's wrong with you? In Arabic it says bidhabhin azim. وَفَدَيْنَاهُ, we ransom him with a great sacrifice. I'm not even the one saying that. So Allah giving sacrifice to who? Who is the Muslim is willing to call me live on air
Or what we want to know, why Allah gave a sacrifice, and he gave a sacrifice to who? To himself, to his neighbor, to the angels, to who? I think you Muslims should know, or most likely you don't know. You are a nation of copy paste. He said, she said, the prophet said. Whatever he said, nobody even discussed what kind of talk this talk is, why he said that, where this coming from. Copy paste nation. But if we ask you a simple question, you are in trouble. So I want to know right now, Allah giving sacrifice to who? To himself? Any Muslim? Allah asked Abraham to sacrifice his son. No problem. Abraham was obedient, so he decided to sacrifice his son. Allah said to Abraham, no, 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 I was testing you. Don't do that. Why still he need to send the sacrifice? And not only that, then he sent the fire from heaven, and the fire took the ram. Anyone can tell me what happened? What Allah did with the sacrifice? He sent it to earth, he took it back. Why? Any Muslim can tell me? What is the need of God to send the sacrifice? Is that necessarily? Is that the way of forgiveness? Is that the way of acceptance? So God does not accept any sacrifice unless sacrifice is coming from heaven. This is why he sent the sacrifice from his heaven. Why Allah did not say to Abraham, okay, you know what, don't kill your son, no problem, sacrifice for me a ram. Abraham had a lot of them. You know, guys, what I'm talking about? You know, Sue, you are very stupid, by the way. What to promote charity? What did charity have to do with this? Allah is the one who sent the sacrifice. He took it to himself. He did not give it to the poor. Are you stupid or what? Did Allah leave a sacrifice for the poor, or he took it to himself? And can't Allah says make a sacrifice for the poor without him send them sacrifice, and then he take his sacrifice to his own? I mean, look how the story is based on Islam. Allah, he sent to Abraham a big ram. Knock at the door. Who is this? Allah. Oh Allah, you came in the I was going to slaughter my son. Abraham, don't do it. I gave you a sacrifice. Okay. So Allah gave him a ram. Okay. And right away Allah, he sent the fire and he took the ram. So why he give it to him? Any Muslim can explain why he gave it to him? Huh? I mean, imagine I come to you, I give you a gift. I have a gift for you. Okay. You hold it in your hand for 2 minutes and then I take it back. Either there's a reason to explain or shut up Muslims. So what is the reason Allah, he sent the sacrifice from heaven and he took it back? Look at this Susan, guys, those are genius. Guys, the sacrifice is a replacement for Abraham, for Abraham's son. Okay, and why Allah gave a sacrifice? Allah can say to Abraham, kill one of your sheep. Abraham, this is the only thing he do for a living. He don't have elephants. He don't have a supermarket. He have sheep. So he can tell him, okay, Abraham, start something else. So why Allah he sent the sacrifice? What replacement? He can just ask Abraham to sacrifice a sheep, and that's it. Why the sacrifice have to be from heaven in order for Allah to accept the sacrifice? And why the sacrifice have to be blood? And why the sacrifice have to be a ram? What about a camel? What's wrong with camel is bigger? Huh? Why not an elephant? The ram was one of the sheep. Are you stupid or what? The ram is sent by Allah from Allah. Allah had a sheep up there in the heaven. Until now, we saw no Muslim can answer. So you Muslims, you took a story, you stole a story from the Bible, and you messed up. You do not know if it's Ishmael or it is Isaac. You do not know why Allah he sent the sacrifice. You do not know what Allah need to send the sacrifice. You do not know why Allah he took back the sacrifice. You do not know why Allah he sent a ram, not an elephant or a camel. You know nothing. Do you know why? Because you are a bunch of thieves. You stole the story and the story does not belong to you. This is why you do not know what to do with it. Huh? Is that correct? My friend, yeah, because in Islam everything is a stolen, is a theft. I know you are a Muslim. I don't want to insult you. I'm not insulting the Muslims, by the way, but you know, people, we need to use our brain. This is a story, does not belong to you. Muhammad he took it and he messed it up as everything. Everything. I mean, name for me one story is exist in the Bible. Muhammad he did not mess it up. The Quran keep talking about the sacrifice which is going to be Isaac. وَبَشَّرْنَاهُ, and we gave him a glad tiding of a person who will be sacrificed, and that is Isaac. And then suddenly they say to us it's Ishmael. The Muslim, they say to us, isn't it funny that God he sent his only son so he can sacrifice him to save you? And then we find the Quran saying that God himself he sent the sacrifice to save who? To save the son of Abraham. So God in Islam will not accept to save the son of Abraham by asking Abraham to sacrifice a sheep of his own. He need to send the sacrifice of his own. What's wrong with you Muslims? You see, Muhammad is the same as a thief. He stole my bicycle. Then he decided to hide the bicycle from a Christian prince. So what he did? He changed the color, he put some paint, he make it pink, which will make it look like a for a girl. But the Christian prince, he knew his bicycle. It doesn't matter how many coats you put in the top of it, because my bicycle is not a bicycle, it was a donkey. You know, Muhammad is the same as a guy. He was walking in the desert, and then he saw a guy. He told him, what you will give me, if I tell you by one look how many sheep you have? The guy, he said, well, I will give you the biggest sheep I have if you can do that. That's impossible. So Muhammad looked at the sheep and he said, you have 110 sheep. The Bedouin was like, wow, how you know that? And the Bedouin was upset because he got it right. So he said, okay, go and take the biggest sheep you want. Go. What I can do, I promised you. Then he went and he came back. Then when the guy he came back, Muhammad, the Bedouin guy said to him, what if I tell you your name, where you are coming from? Are you going to give me my sheep back? He said, yes. This is impossible. You cannot tell me where I am from and who I am. He said to him, you are the stupid Muhammad and you are coming from Mecca. Muhammad like, what? How you know? He said, because this is my dog. This is not my sheep. The one you pick up. I told you to pick up the biggest sheep in the cattle. You went and you pick up my dog. Nobody will do that except Muhammad, because he have no idea what he's picking up. And this is how the Muslims are. They're a prophet, he pick up for them a goat, he call it a dog. He pick up the goat, he call it a dog. He pick up an angel, he call him Holy Spirit. He pick up the Holy Spirit, he call him angel. Because he have no idea what he's picking up. And this is why we are challenging the Abdul to debate us. Yet nobody is calling. Do we have any Abdul on a call? So my friends, when you Muslims speak about logic, your religion have no logic at all. I'm not going to ask your God the logic of making my penis endless, which is really weird. I mean, it's not only weird, it's stupid. Imagine my penis is the end of the world. I mean, you know, let me call the cable company. Maybe we can get a contract. Maybe they can use my penis to transform oil or gas, or maybe even to use it as a tube for a train. You know, when a Muslim speak about logic, I find it very stupid and very crazy and very dumb. Is it logical that God, the Almighty, He will make me have an orgasm for 70 years? I mean, why not 69? Even 69 is more sexy for many. 70 years. Why Muhammad is stuck with number 70? The virgins are 70. The orgasm is 70. You have 6 for 70. I mean, what's wrong with you, Muhammad? That's it. This is the only number you know. Are you out of numbers? My nation will be 73 sect. The Jews, they will be 71. The Christian, they will be 72. Like what? What? Everybody is 70. Why? Because once Jesus, he said, if your brother he sin, you forgive him 70 times. Muhammad is stuck with the number 70, and that's it. Whatever he say, he have to add the number 70. Guys, do you remember the story of the punishment of the grave? Who remember it? Do you remember it? Let me remind you. Oh Lord. Hold on. I can't stop myself from laughing. Look at this, guys. Look at this. The prophet said, urination is the main cause of the punishment in the grave. Like, what the heck? Allah will punish me in the grave because of urination? Why? I mean, why? What exactly the crime we accomplished? The guy, he just pee and some pee came in his toes. Why Allah will punish him in the grave? Why Allah did not give us a long penis so we can pee far away? This is a prophet of God. Muslims, are you serious? This is a prophet of God who says we will be punished in the grave because of piss. I'm not going to go to the bathroom no more. I'm going to go to buy a tube. Huh? Yeah. I mean, this is dangerous. You think you commit no sin, you commit no adultery, you commit no theft, you commit no lies, and then you find yourself being tortured for piss. This is pissing me off. Aren't you pissed off that you will be tortured because of piss? What the heck? And then the prophet, just to show you that Muhammad is a copy-paste thief. He is a thief. He have a license of stupidity in the same time. Look at this. Aisha, she said, I like it when Aisha, she says something. I mean, she is my favorite person. Aisha, the mother of the believers. She was mother of the believers at the age of 5, man. I mean, you can believe it. She said, a Jews, what? Who? A Jews. Muslim, take a note. This is a Jews. Oh my Allah. Again? Okay, what happened? A Jews came to her. To who? To Aisha. Who is her? Aisha. Take a note, Muslims. I know you are slow. And mentioned the punishment of the grave. What? She mentioned what? Take a note. The punishment of the grave. Who mentioned the punishment of the grave? The Jews. Okay. Then may Allah protect you from the, she said, who? The Jews. The Jews women. She said, may Allah protect you from the punishment of the grave. Oops. Aisha, she opened her eyebrows like, what? What punishment of the grave? So Aisha, she was surprised by this, and so she went to the Prophet and she asked him. Aisha then asked Allah apostle. I mean, who you can ask? You have the Wikipedia of Islam next to you, Muhammad himself. You do not need Ibn Abbas, At-Tabari, Al-Qurtubi. Come on. So she asked Allah apostle about the punishment of the grave. He said, hold on, take a break. iPhone 10X. By iPhone 10X, you can clone any story from anyone. Take a snapshot with your amazing sensor camera, and you can make something like it 3D dimension. And now Muhammad is going to copy the story from the Jewish women using iPhone 10. So look, she asked Allah apostle. She asked what? Allah apostle. About what? About the punishment of the grave. Are you with me or not? Are you? Why this guy keeps saying about what? So she asked him, Prophet, what is the punishment of the grave? She said to him, Allah apostle about the punishment of the grave. He said, yes, there is a punishment of the grave. Yes. What? And then Aisha, she added, after that I never ever saw Allah apostle but seeking the refuge from the punishment in the grave. In every prayer he prayed. Like what? This means Muhammad, he never mentioned it before. He never even mentioned one word about it in his prayers. This is the first time he starts saying, I seek refuge from the punishment of the grave. In every prayer I seek refuge from the punishment of the grave. May Allah protect my eyes, my limb, my etc. from the punishment of the grave. But he never mentioned that ever before. And the proof, Aisha, she never heard this before. That's why she came to him to ask him. But since a Jew, she said so, then Muhammad, he took so. So when I say to you, Muhammad was a stupid thief, I mean it. And then Muhammad, he start getting more information about the punishment of the grave. There is 70 snakes. Every snake have 7 heads. Like what the heck? Again? 70 snakes with 7 heads each? I told you he stuck with number 70. What I can do? So there's 70 dragon. Actually, he don't even say snake. He said dragon. Huh? 70 dragons. Each one of them have 7 heads. They will enter into the anus of the Muslim. Oh mommy blue, oh mommy blue. This will blow our mind.
Oh mommy, oh mommy, crazy you, crazy you. Convert to Islam. I mean, this is amazing. The prophet, he just heard the story of the punishment of the grave a second ago, and then second after, he cannot forget about it for the rest of his life. So every prayer he have to pray to Allah, seeking refuge from the punishment of the grave. Muslims, hold on. Why Muhammad is seeking refuge from the punishment of the grave? Do you think he was thinking he would be punished in the grave? I mean, isn't he the prophet of Allah? Why Allah will punish him in the grave? Maybe because he used to piss around in his fees, huh? Do you have any Muslim here have a little intelligence? It's so clear. Muhammad, he heard a story from the Jews, and right away he copied it. And by the way, Muhammad, he tried to cover his ass. He tried to make it like he is not copying. So look what he did. In different hadith, Muhammad, it said this. I don't know what to say. Stupid religion. Sunan Ibn Dawood. We can read it in the same in many stories, by the way. It doesn't matter really. Reported when Allah Messenger SAWS, this is a new BMW, like in a 10 of iPhone 10, something like that. He used to stand up for the funeral until the corpse was placed in the grave. So the prophet, what? He used to stand up until the corpse is buried. All right. A learned Jews. A learned who? Who again? What? A Jew. A learned Jews, which means a rabbi. He passed by and he said to him, "This is how we do it." What he said? This is how we do it. What? This is how we do it. What Muhammad did? Muhammad right away he said, "Sit down, sit down, sit down. Let us act differently from them." Like what the heck? He started changing the way to pray during the funeral just because the guy he said, "This is how we do it." Muhammad is changing the prayer of Allah. Allah told him how to pray. Allah, hello? It's Allah. I pray like that. But Allah, he said, did you hear what the Jew says? He said, "This is how we do it." Okay, so act differently. Act differently because this is how we do it, the Jews said. So if the Jews, they say this is how we do it, we should not do it the same no more, because they will know we are faking it and we are stealing from them. Do you see it? This is a prophet of God. He changed in a second the way to pray just because a Jew, he said to him, "This is how we do it." Okay, hold on. Muhammad used to do poo-poo sitting. What if a Jew, he said to him, "This is how we do it"? Muhammad, he will do poo-poo standing? But obviously this guy is a thief and he feel guilty, so he was afraid right away that this Jew, he get him busted. He told him, "Well, this is how we do it. You are copying us." Any Abdul? Muslim brothers, may Allah the Moon God bless you. I pray to Allah to keep the strings of your penis, as the Prophet said, in the heaven, to make you proud about your penis. I mean, look how disappointing to be in heaven, but yet your penis cannot do it. I mean, you can do it, but not many times. So Allah, no way, He will not do that. So Allah, He promised the Muslims, I don't know what to say. Astonishing God. This God is astonishing.
Until now, we are waiting for a Muslim to tell us why Allah He gave a sacrifice. Until now, we have no answer. Muslims they come, Muslims they leave, and nobody knows why. Anyone knows? Don't forget, guys, just copy the link of the live broadcast and share it in your Facebook page, friends, etc. All right, help us to spread the truth, and the truth will set you free. Yeah, Mustafa, I am different, my friend. I don't respect all faith. No, I don't. I mean, what the point? This is hypocrisy. You don't respect our faith, do you? Because if you respect our faith, this means you don't respect the Quran, because the Quran says the Christian and the Jews are kuffar. So either you say what the Quran says, or you don't accept the Quran. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't respect anyone's faith. I don't care what you think. If you believe in something foolish, you believe in foolish. If you believe in something right, I do not need to respect what you believe in. I agree with you. As simple as that. What respect mean? Respect is a sign of hypocrisy. So you start saying, well, you know, I respect what you believe in, but because you don't want to say the truth. You want to be a hypocrite. This is what respect means. Because here we are talking about a belief. We are not talking about you as a person. We are talking about what you believe. So if what you believe that you can have sex with the children, I don't respect that. And this is what Islam teach. If you believe that you can beat your wife, as chapter 4 verse 34 in the Quran says, I don't believe in that. I don't respect a man who beat his wife. Anyone here respect a man beat his wife? Any of you respect that? I don't think there's a human being who really is a real man. He will beat his wife. I mean, why you want to beat your wife? You are a man? Are you a man? Go and beat a man in the street to see how good you are. Go find somebody from your size, your height, your weight, and then fight with him. Let us see. Don't go over women. She is weak, and now you wanna beat her. That's because you're a coward. By the way, this is the reason I don't have a wife. Because all the wives in my country, they like husbands who like to beat them. Because the Prophet said so. So I could not find a wife she accept with my conditions, that I will not beat her. What I can do? Allah have hands. What I can do? That's what the guy said in the video. You know, the guy who was on TV, and then they send him a text message saying, are you saying Allah have a hands like a human? He said, my friend, my brothers, Allah, he said in the Quran about himself, Allah, he have hands. What I can do? What I can do? Allah have hands. What I can do? Oh boy. Any Abdul here? Any Abdul we have here? So from now on, you Muslims, if you see the Christian doing something, do what the Prophet did. If a Christian says to you, this is how we do it, you should not do the same. By the way, Muslims, we eat from our mouth. This is how we do it. So what Muhammad will do? Guys, don't attack any person in the text. Focus on the topic. I don't appreciate that. Do we have any Muslim have a question? Any Muslim have a question? What is the question? Well, I'm asking the fools. I don't see your question. What's your question? Anyone have a question? Nobody?
Okay, anyone have an answer? Guys, leave Brittany alone. If the guy is a real Muslim or not real Muslim, come on, you know, just let him go. What about the hadith about different beard? I'm not sure which one you are talking about. What different beard? Different beard? Can you post the hadith so we can know what you are talking about? Yes, my friend. How are you?
Good evening, CP. I do have a question.
Okay.
And it's to do with a phrase I have encountered in the Hadith, and I'm not sure if it can be used in a positive sense.
Say again. Say again. Say again. What? Say again.
So I have a question regarding a phrase I found in a number of the Hadith.
Okay.
Now, can you hear?
Yeah, here you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a positive. It seems to me a negative phrase, but I'm not too sure. It's taribat yadaka. Is that a negative phrase?
This is a term. This is a term. It's not a polite, not a polite statement. Absolutely. But it used to use by the Arabs. So Muhammad is just being one of them. He is not being better. You know, it's like a rude statement. Like you know, it's like it's saying stupid you. You know. Okay, so it's kind of an insult. But this is not really a major thing. What about this? Muhammad, he said, the one who is proud about his father, tell him to go and bite the penis of his father. That is a problem, you know. I do. Let's see if we can find it in the you see, here we go. I found it, but in the English translation, it doesn't say what it says in Arabic. In Arabic, it says, رأيت عند أبي رجلا تعزى بعزاء الجاهلية فأعضه أبي ولم يكنه فنظر إليه. So a guy, he came to my father and he was proud about his pre-history of before Islam. So my father, he told him what it's mean عضه, which means go and bite the penis of your father. So his friends, they look at him and he said, what, you don't like it? You know, he said, I heard the Prophet saying, whoever is proud about the pre-Islamic era, tell him, go and bite the penis of your father. That is a bad thing.
Yeah.
The one you are saying, it can be a statement of, you know, like somebody saying something foolish, no problem, you know. But here, this is how rude, how stupid it is. I mean, if somebody is proud about his history or his family, why you say such a thing? Go and bite the penis of your father. No, and the reason he is using that language because the person is proud about his family history. That's why he's saying, go and bite the penis of your father because this is where you came from. In other way, I'm just trying to be polite. He is saying, go and suck it. All right. As long you worship that where you are coming from, as long you are so proud about your father, go and suck his penis. That is a statement from someone he claimed to be a prophet. And if you read in English, you will see that the whole story is not there. Where in the English translation it says, go and suck your penis of your father? I cannot find it. This is the English translation. Let me show you. Where it says that? It doesn't say that. If someone cancel people in the way of people cancel each other in the day of Jahiliyyah, which means before Islam, then bite him. Bite him? Do you see it? Do you see it? Is it
unfortunately,
is it showing on the screen?
My screen tends to freeze when I go on
okay, hang up and look at it. It says, this is the most false translation saying, if somebody is speaking about the pre-Islamic era, which means he's proud about it, then bite him. What do you mean bite him? Muslims are dogs? What do you mean bite him? The Muslim, they will bite you because you're proud about. It's a stupid statement.
but because they have to use the word bite, they cannot run away from it, and they don't want to say to you what exactly he is saying. He is saying, go and let him suck and bite the penis of his father.
Yeah, it's a pretty obscene expression, actually. Pretty obscene.
Yeah, disgusting and filthy. And this is not a language of somebody claimed to be a prophet of God. This is not even a language of somebody. He's a street guy. I mean, a person who is, you know, proud about his father. He is not committing a crime. I mean, what's wrong? Everybody have the right to be proud about his father. Why not? If he's a good guy. But to say to him, go and bite or suck the penis of your father, this is stupid and disgusting, because you should only be proud about Muhammad and his religion. Anything else?
I have another question.
All right.
Something you said, I believe it was Sunday, made me think about something. And I was wondering, we were told that zakat is a kind of charity or even a tax.
Yes.
But I'm wondering if the zakat ever went to the people, or did it go into Muhammad's pockets?
Well, zakat, first, you know, it's a very flexible statement, because as we speak about Muhammad is a thief, right?
Yeah.
Zakat is coming from the Bible, which is mean the 10%. If you go to the Greek language, you will find it exists there too, as a verse of the Bible, where it says, speaking of zakat, that a person who have to give 10% of his income to the church. So Muhammad, he's a thief as usual. So he took the word zakat, he put it in Arabic. It's an Arabic word, you know, and then the Muslims are confused if it is how much it is. Now about the use of zakat, it's up to the ruler. The ruler, he can spend it the way he wish. He can spend it to give it to the one who need, or he can spend it to buy you know, cake with it. It's up to him. He's the ruler. However, Muhammad, his real money was not only from the zakat, because remember, Muhammad, he made a verse in the Quran saying that the fifth from every attack is to Allah and his messenger. So Muhammad immediately, from every, let us say the Muslim, they stole $10,000 from a Christian person or a Jewish person. Muhammad immediately, he will take 1/5 to him and 1/5 to Allah. That is 2 to 5. That is you know, $2,000 to his pocket out of 10. All right, this is the verse. This search engine sometime it come weird. Anyway, al-khumsu lillahi wa rasuluh, the fifth from every attack is to Allah and to his messenger, and Muhammad immediately he is going to have the fifth. You like it, you don't care. And then he forced the Christians to pay the jizya, and that Muhammad, he will take the fifth from it too. So Muhammad again, he will take his share as a part of you know, of the money. And the money can be slaves, can be stocks, can be cattle, can be sex slaves. It can be anything. All right.
Yeah.
Any other question?
Just one last question.
All right.
Now, I was reading in an article, and I just wanted some confirmation. I was reading that somewhere in the Quran, there is a plural of Sinai, as in Mount Sinai. I was just wondering if it's true.
Yeah, it's because it says Turu Sanin. Okay.
I was thinking of Sanin, but I wasn't. I wanted to confirm if that was actually plural.
Yeah.
So it is.
If we go here, actually. And this additional word, Muhammad, he stole it from non-Arabic people, non-Arabic word, because the word Tur is appearing over and over. Let us see.
Well, Tur itself is Syriac.
Yeah, you see here. Yeah, here it says Turu Sina.
Here it's coming the word as Sina correctly, and then in different place it's coming as Tur Sinin. Yeah.
Yes, I was discussing the word Tawd with a Muslim recently, and I was saying that it's derived from Tur, but a mistranscription rather from the Assyric, and then he said Tawd is an Arabic word. Well, it is now an Arabic word, but it's probably on account that it's found in the Quran. And he was saying that that he thought that Jabal was like a larger mountain, something like some kind of mountain. I think he said it was larger than a Tawd. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure.
Well,
if there is a difference.
Tur for sure is not an Arabic word. Even Islamic scholars, they agree with that, because this is not really a secret, and obviously the Quran used that word many times. However, the problem about using it, why Allah is speaking to the Arab using words which is not their own, and why we need somebody to do interpretation so we can understand what it is, because if the word Tur is clear, why the Muslim scholars need to give interpretation for it, so the Arab who speak clear Arabic, they will let us say ask what Tur mean. You know what I mean? If the word Tur is an Arabic word, I do not need, especially in the time of Muhammad, nobody need, or even 300 years after, nobody need really to ask what does Tur mean. But obviously, it is not an Arabic word and have nothing to do with the Arabic word. Yeah. Same as everything. The Quran, the word Quran is not an Arabic. The word Jibreel is not Arabic. The word Israel is not Arabic. The word Isa is not Arabic. The word Mikael is not Arabic. Israfil not Arabic. Qalam not Arabic. It's endless. Yet the Quran says we made this book a clear Arabic book. Where is the clearness in it?
Well, the facts contradicts the verse. If you have to struggle with it, then it's not clear.
Well, they say to you, like you hear some people, they say to you, we are Quran only, right? If you can't even understand the Quran by Quran only, how you can get to know, how you can be Quran only? If the language of the Quran cannot be explained because Muhammad is a thief, he is stealing stories from here and there, and then he put them in the Quran using the words of the people before him, and that make you confused about what this mean exactly. How I can know what Tur right now mean? Like if you go as an example, chapter Yasin, chapter 36, verse number 1. Yasin. Some they say Yasin is a Syriac word mean a human. Some they say no, Yasin is a word mean God. Some they say no, this is a prophet, his name is Yasin. No, not even one of them is coming with a true answer. Yasin is the moon god. Ya is a word mean God. Sin is the God sin. So Yasin, let's write it down here. Sin. You can go right now, all of you can search in Google and you will find that Ya is a word equal to God, and sin was the moon god. So Muhammad, he took it, he put it in his book because he's copying from somebody else, but he himself do not know what this is mean. He like it, he's ignorant. Obviously he's ignorant. The Quran, either it's a collection of many people trying to make a book, that's why it's mixed up, or the Muhammad, if he is the only one who really recite those verses and he made them as coming as a recitation from his God, he is a copying from others because he is trying to make a religion built up chapters, but those chapters, they don't make any connection. And always in the Quran you will notice that the Quran have a lot of a flying of thoughts. If we go in the Quran, you can choose any chapter you wish, you will find that Muhammad is jumping from
In every verse, he jump into different story, to different history. Like suddenly he's talking about Adam, then suddenly he's talking about Jesus, then suddenly he'll go back to speak about someone else, and there's no connection between them. I mean, there is no reason even to mention this man and that man and that man. So why he is putting them all in one place? There's no reason, because the Quran, as Muslims they say to us, did not come all together in the same time. Like there's a guy, he supposedly claimed to be a scholar. He mentioned that the Quran come like rain, and you have like 50 or 114 cup of water, and they are empty, and then every drop fell down in different cup until it's full. So Allah is not sending rains in order, which is very funny. Like if you go and read in the book of Genesis, you will see in the beginning God created, etc., and then created, etc., and created, etc., everything in order. If we go right now in the Quran, I will see how Allah created the earth and the heaven. You will see it's all over the Quran. Why Allah don't make the creation of the earth in chapter, all of it? The creation of Adam in chapter, all of it. The story of Isa, or the one they call him Jesus for the Isa for them, in one chapter, and that's it. And the story of Moses in a chapter. But if we type right now any of those topics, we will find them all over. And not only that, each one of them is a contradiction. Let me take another call, Phil, if you are done. Is that fine?
Cool, yeah.
Somebody is calling me. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, bro, for calling. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we missed a call. Hello, hello.
There, sir.
Do you hear me?
I wanted to speak to Zakir Naik.
Zakir Naik right now, he is you know, in the lap of his wife, and she is picking up some fleas like the prophet.
Yeah, the reason why I was gonna call you because your screen, I'm not sure if you did it in you noticed, but it's only showing the globe.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, you know what? I did not even notice. Yeah, because they are hiding behind my screen. You know, behind my browsers. Okay, I just saw it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it wasn't showing, so people were asking for that. So they asked me.
All right.
Well, they asked somebody to ping you. So that's
all right. All right. Thank you.
The hadith I was talking earlier, because you were talking about Muhammad saying, "Don't do it like this, but don't do it like the Jews." So let's do it differently. There's a hadith where he says, well, this is, for example, a Sahih hadith from Sunan Abu Dawood. It says the Prophet is saying, Jews and Christians do not dye their beard, so basically you dye it and act differently to them.
Yeah, you know,
I can't post it. I can't post it on the chat.
Yeah, no problem. I can get it. You know, obviously Muhammad is trying just to create, as we said, trying to create a religion, and he's trying in the same time
his own brand, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's trying to hide that he is copying. So anything the Christians, obviously at that time they were accusing him to you know, that he is copying. So he started being aggressive and changing everything. This is why he, you know, they changed from Saturday to Friday. They used to do it Saturday, you know. Then he make it a Friday because he's copying the Jews. This is why there's the fasting. They used to do it in the 10th of which month, man, I forgot. So they told him, Prophet, the Jews, they do it in the 10th. So he said, let us do it in the 9th then, you know. So yeah, so everything Muhammad he does, always he try to change the way it is, because he don't want people to say he is copying. But in fact he is copying, because at the end of the day, changing a day or changing a date or changing a look, by try to make it the opposite, you are just proving to us that you are on purpose trying to hide something. Same time, you must be a fake prophet, because
why you want and why you need to do the opposite of what they do. I mean, if God approve it, this is how he told you, you do it that way. You know, like when the guy when the Jewish guy, he said to him, this is how we do it. If this is how Allah, he told him, I mean, so what if this is how we do it? You know what I mean? If I am praying in a certain way during the funeral and a Muslim is walking by and then he said to me, this is how we do it, I'm going to change the way God told me to pray just because a Muslim, he said this is how we do it?
It's a clear indication. And you know what's funny is that he's supposed to I read the quote, you know, from that guy you mentioned before, who was like a scientist, Al-Razi, Abu something Al-Razi.
Abu Bakr Razi, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that I read about it is that he was, one of the things he didn't believe in Muhammad was that basically his message is completely different to all other prophets. And for the reason that it is completely different, he can't be the prophet talking about what he's talking about, because his message is completely different and is contradicting what every other messenger has said. So he's contradicting that. So that's one of the reasons, the quote I read in an article, that he was saying, you know, for that reason he can't be a prophet, because he's teaching a completely different teaching and it has nothing to do with any other prophets teach. And in this way, why is he teaching something different that they teach? Also, why isn't Muhammad, for example, correcting the Jews and saying, this is not how you should do it, this is how you should do it? Remember, like Jesus in the Bible, how he's correcting the Pharisees. No? So he's correcting them how to do things. Whereas Muhammad, in this case, all he's doing is doing it differently. So it clearly shows. How can, I ask a serious question, how can a Muslim who supposedly read this stuff not ask these questions and go, hold on a minute, why is he doing this? How can he be a prophet of God? I know you say it a lot, but seriously, do Muslims have a brain?
Yeah.
How can they not notice that stuff?
You see here, I'm showing you the hadith on the screen. It says,
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I've read it. I've read it before. That's why.
Yeah. This is how. Yeah. This is why Muhammad here is telling them, don't do what the Jews do. And then the Jews, they noticed he's doing that on purpose. So they were wondering, like, what's wrong with this guy? I mean, what? Even stupid things. I mean, why we do things, and then he want to try to say don't do the same. But yet he copied tons of things from them. As an example, the Jews, when they do like washing or haram or halal or what is kosher, what is not, Muhammad is obviously he's copying them. He's trying his best to copy the Jews, and he make it a law in the Quran. So how you say don't do what the Jews do when everything you do is the same as the Jews? Even if you notice, when the Muslims, they go to Hajj, if we go right now and we search, let me search for the pictures. If you
doesn't that mean though, what I'm thinking at the moment is that he's doing something like what Chinese are doing in China at the moment. They're doing their own branding, but they brand it as if it's a branded one. For example, Starbucks in China has it has almost identical to Starbucks, but it's slightly different.
Yeah,
you know, it seems one of those copying the brands. Or like a Mercedes is not actually a Mercedes; it's just very similar to a Mercedes brand, but is apparently slightly different. So it's a bit like fake iPhones or fake Samsungs. So he's using that brand a bit like the China are doing. You know, he's just copying the same thing.
Even the hat the Muslims they wear after they go to Hajj. If you go at it, you will see it is a Jewish hat.
I actually thought about that.
Do you see? I'm talking about the hat, the small one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know.
Yeah, look at this. Let me show you the screen. Here we go. Those are hats, the Jewish hats. This is the Muslim hat. This is the Muslim hat. He put it in the top of his head. All right. This is exactly the same as the Jewish hat. Why?
Thought about
the Arab, yeah, the Arab, they don't have such a thing. We know how the Arab dress. So where they got this hat from?
Any Muslim can tell us where you Muslims get this hat from? This is the Jews. They have a small tiny hat in the top of their head. Everybody know it. This is have nothing to do with you. And the Muslims, they copy it and they start using it for their own as an Islamic hat. Same as Assalamu alaikum. You know, the Muslim, they say Assalamu alaikum. What is Assalamu alaikum? Shalom to you. Shalom, shalom to you, Mary. When the angels, they came to Mary, what they say to her, and this is in many places in the Bible, not only Mary. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Muhammad, he took shalom, he put it in his Quran. Even the word Islam, he stole it from a guy, the Muslims, they call him Musaylama, to make fun of him. He is the one who his name is Islam. And even the name of Rahman, this guy, he called himself Rahman, and his God is Ar-Rahman. When Muhammad for the first time he said Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, the people, they said to him, well, look like Muhammad, he have two gods. Why they said that to him? Because they never heard him saying the word Rahman before, and they mentioned to him by word. They said to him, the only Rahman we know is Rahmanul Yamama, which means the guy who claimed to be a prophet from the city of Yamama, or the area of Yamama. So Muhammad, he said, well, you know what, all good names belong to Allah. He's a thief. You know? Yeah, you know. Yeah, all the names belong to Allah.
Before I leave, I just want to ask. I'll let you explain because I'm going to leave. Where did the name Muslim come from?
This is what I just told you. The guy, his name is the one they call him Musaylama. The word Muslim is coming from him. This guy, he claimed that he is the Muslim. He is Muslim. His name is Muslim.
What do the Muslims say the name Muslims come from?
They didn't know.
What is
They did no Muslim. The Muslim, they have no idea, because you know, you see, Muhammad, he liked Muhammad. There's a competition between him and that guy. That guy, he said, I am Muslim, and I am a Rahman, and my God is a Rahman. Muhammad, he said, no, don't follow him. I am the Muslim, and my God is a Rahman. All right. But that guy is a lot older than Muhammad, and he claimed to be a prophet, and he have followers long before Muhammad.
Now I know why a friend of mine says I cannot watch anything about Islam because I never understand. You know, he's like, I've tried listening to videos and stuff, but he says I just never understand what they're talking about. So now I probably understand.
If you see here,
he to get this.
Yeah, when they mentioned to him the story of Ar-Rahman, let me show you.
You're gonna go on Tafsir?
No, in the Quran, you can go to Tafsir, no problem. Chapter 17, verse 1010. Chapter 17, verse 1010. What this is about? They said to him, this is what happened, you know, in this story. They said to him, why you are calling your God Ar-Rahman? This is the God of Musaylama, or the guy whose name is Muslim. What are you calling? Rahman is his God. He said, I call upon Allah, or I call upon Ar-Rahman, by whatever name you call upon him. It is all the good names belong to Allah. So he liked the name, he put it to his God. You see it? They are asking him, which one is your God? His name is Allah or Ar-Rahman? He said, I call him Allah or I call him Ar-Rahman. It doesn't matter, all good names belong to him. But in the story, they ask him, the only Rahman we know is Rahmanul Yamama, the one who claimed to be a prophet. If we go, let us see if we can find it in the book of Asbab al-Nuzul. So if we go to chapter 17, verse number 110.
Why do Muslims translate Rahman as something like merciful or something?
You know, the word Rahman originally is coming from it's an Aramaic word. It's not an Arabic, the same as the rest. You know, Rahman is coming from the word Rahm, which means the womb. And the origin of that, actually, it's a pagan belief where, you know, let us say, you know, we always mention the black stone, right?
the black stone, the vagina, the fertility. So God is the one who places his seeds in the rahim, which means in a mysterious way he make the woman pregnant. So from that rahim is coming from the rahmah of Allah, is coming from the merciful of God. The merciful of God, or the mercy of God, he make you have kids. How he do it? He placed that seed, which is Baal, he placed his seed inside the women, and he make the women pregnant. So this is coming from rahmah. Then by time, almost all religion, they use the same word. Nothing wrong with that, because simply it's a word in language used in many meaning. So now in Arabic it's mean rahim, it's mean the womb, you know, the womb of the woman. But where it's coming from? It's coming from the pagan religion before. Same as the Syrian too, the Aramaic people, they use it too. But it's coming from the previous religions exist, which mean you know, the God who fertilized the babies, you know. Now here the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, let us go here. Let us see what he say about it. Okay. Say into mankind, cry into Allah, or a cry to the Rahman. They translate as beneficent. Said Ibn Abbas, one night Mecca, the Messenger of Allah, bless him, give him peace, stood up in the night of etc., and he kept saying in his prostration, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahman, etc. The idolater, they said, Muhammad used to call into one Allah, and now he is calling to two gods. But do you know what does that mean here? I don't know if people here they understand how dangerous this is. If we go in the Quran,
extremely dangerous.
Yeah, if we go in the Quran, you will see that the Quran always in the front, in the start of every verse in the Quran, it says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in the front of every verse. All right, if we search ar-Rahman in the wrong writing, I'll write it in the wrong way because the Quran mentioned it in wrong writing. You know, here we go. Chapter 1, verse number 1, Ar-Rahman appear. All right, if we go to chapter 96, hold on,
48 verses.
Hold on, we need to go to the end. You see all those verses have Ar-Rahman, but the question I want to give here, if Ar-Rahman, this is the first time Muhammad he mentioned, so how he was a prophet all this time, and why they all exist all over the Quran? You know what I mean?
And why these people are confused?
They never heard it before.
Well,
no. The challenge is
so why
they never heard this before because he never spoke of it before. So all over the Quran, chapter 67, chapter 78, and you know the Quran did not come in order, right?
Can I say one thing though?
Yeah.
If let's just say that I was claiming to be a prophet, and I was using, let's say, the name of God Allah, and then I was saying that Allah, the merciful. People wouldn't say you believe in two God because I am saying that Allah is merciful. So clearly, how the people understood it, they must have understood it as another God.
As a name, it's a name. It's not a word.
As a name. Yeah,
it's not a word. Yeah, it's not
a title.
Yeah, it's
not even a title.
Right. And look with me.
Right,
you see the evidence.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get off the Skype.
All right.
One thing I want to ask, I've always wanted to phone, but I forget, is you know the chapter 8, which has narrators of the Quran. I can never find a photo of it. If you have it, I would appreciate it if you could show it.
Chapter 8 what?
You know, in chapter 8, there apparently is a section at the beginning of the chapter which says it was narrated by, and narrated by, and narrated by such and such. You know, they're not the people who narrated the Quran.
Yeah, you are talking about the chapter itself, or speaking about the interpretation?
I think it is in the beginning of the chapter.
Well, in the beginning of the chapter, it says they are asking you about the Anfal, which means the booty, you know, and then say etc. right away from the beginning. All right, but it doesn't say really narrator as narrator. It says they are asking thee.
Okay, all right then, all right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, now look with me on the screen after you hang up, please, and you will see something there.
Well, it seems quite interesting.
All right.
It seems quite interesting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, look with me. When he was mentioning Ar-Rahman, look what the Arab they said to Muhammad. He keeps saying in his prostration Ar-Rahman. This is a false translation. It doesn't say the beneficent. It says Ar-Rahman. Oh, merciful. And so the idolaters, those are the Arab, said Muhammad used to call into one Allah. Doesn't say by the way that it says one God. Allah is not the correct word. One God, and now he is calling upon two, Allah and Ar-Rahman. And look what they said here. We do not know anyone by the name, not the word meaning, the name of Ar-Rahman except Ar-Rahman of Al-Yamama. You see it? Meaning Musaylama, which means the Muslim. The guy, his name is Muslim. They changed his name to Musaylama. And they call him the liar. How he is a liar, and Muhammad, he took the name from him and make the name of his God. And this is a proof from your own books. The only person who mentioned that Ar-Rahman is his God is Muslim. The one you Muslim make fun of him and copy his name from him and stole the name of his God, you stole the name of his religion, and you stole even his name, and you call yourself a Muslim. So Muhammad, he found himself getting busted. The Arab are making fun of him. He is copying this guy. So he said, well, I call upon Allah, Allah or Ar-Rahman, it doesn't matter. All the good names belong to him. I mean, how clear it can be that Muhammad is a thief. Even the names of his gods is a theft. And this is the link for those who want the link. Here we go. Any Abdul? And now, as long as Rahman, Muhammad, he never mentioned Ar-Rahman before, so we need to question the Quran and see where the Rahman is coming from. Why the Rahman appear all over the Quran if this is the first time Muhammad he mentioned this verse or he mentioned this name? You know what I mean, guys? If Muhammad was mentioned the word Ar-Rahman from the beginning, then the people will not be surprised, but suddenly he starts saying Ar-Rahman. But Muhammad never called his God Ar-Rahman. So the Arab, they said, what? This guy, he used to have one God, and now he have two. He have Allah and Ar-Rahman. Why? Because Ar-Rahman was a name of the other guy God. Rahman al-Yamama, the prophet of the Yamama area, who his name is Muslim. So they were wondering, like, what happened to this guy? So Muhammad now, he felt the heat. So he said, what? Oh, Allah, he gave me this verse, says, if I call him Ar-Rahman or I call him Allah, it doesn't matter. Do we have any Muslim here have the courage and the knowledge? If the link is not working, my friend, just copy it. Copy the link and paste it in your browser. All right, you just copy it, because sometime maybe you are using a phone or something. Try to copy it so you can open it and save it. Send it to your email, do something. Everything in Islam is a copy from somewhere else.
from the first word in the Quran to the last word in the Quran is a theft. He stole it from the poetry of the Arab. He stole it from the Old Testament. He stole it from the New Testament. He stole it from everywhere. He stole from the Legion of the Jews, like the story of the ant and Suleiman. You know, Suleiman, she heard the speech of the ant, and he was, this is the Legion of the Jews. Like in the Quran, when the Quran says Allah, He told Adam all the names. This is from the book of Genesis. But Muhammad did some change. God taught Adam all the names. And the Quran says, and Allah, He taught Adam all the names. Same as the story of Cain and Abel, two brothers, and they provide God a sacrifice. And then if you ask the Muslims, why Allah, as long we are in chapter here, as long we are here, let us hold on, as long we are in this if we go in the Quran, you will see how Muhammad he stole the story about Cain and Abel, and he put it in his Quran, and then it's come funny because, you know, it's coming in a funny way. He's a thief. He's trying to bury it. Where this story is coming from? Let's see. Chapter 5, verse number 27. Huh? And tell the story of the children of Adam. What the story of the children of Adam? They gave a sacrifice. What is the sacrifice they gave? They give it to do what? They give it to God. And why God of Islam, who is against sacrifice? The Muslim, they say to us, we don't believe in sacrifice. Sacrificing blood is a pagan thing. Go and see how many videos the Muslims have about this, saying that sacrificing blood is a pagan practice, exists long time ago. So why your God is the first one to ask them to do blood sacrifice? Because based on the story, the two sons of Adam, they did provide a sacrifice, and Allah, He accepted only the sacrifice of the blood. Is that right, Muslims? Do we have any Muslim here? So we can show you tons and tons of verses in the Quran. All of them, they are coming from either the Bible or the New Testament, the Old Testament, the Legion of the Jews, the Arab poetry, you know, Abraham as a prophet, the birth of Ishmael, the angels coming to Abraham. The whole stories is coming from the Bibles. But what make it more crazy that Muhammad, when he take the stories, he cut them off. As an example, the Quran mentioned many times the name of Israel. Israel, the children of Israel. Okay. How I will know based on the Quran, and I change any Muslim to tell me that Israel is a guy, and where this guy name is coming from, and who is he? It's a challenge to the Muslims. Chapter 2 verse number 40, a chapter 2 verse 47, a chapter 2 verse 83, a chapter 2 122, chapter 2, 20 to 11, etc. All of them speaking about the children of Israel. Who is Israel? Any Muslim can tell us where we can find who is this person Israel. It's a challenge to tell me. Who is a Muslim can tell me? Nobody. Yeah, Israel is Jacob, but this is the question. Where, how Jacob became Israel? Nowhere in the Quran it says. Shouldn't you make introduction how Jacob became Israel? Because the Quran say Jacob too. You see, if you search for Yaqub in the Quran, this is the name in Arabic, you will find it all over the Quran that وَوَصَّى بِهَا إِبْرَاهِيمَ بَنِيهِ وَيَعْقُوب. Abraham, he told his sons and Jacob. Okay, who now we know who's Jacob. Okay, no problem. When Jacob he died, chapter 2 verse 133, say we believe in Allah and what is sent to Abraham and Ishmael and Isaac and Jacob. Okay, now who is Israel? You know what I'm saying? If I ask a Muslim who is Israel, where he will get the answer from, he will say from the hadith. Any Muslim have an answer? Shouldn't your God tell us what happened? Who is Israel? You know, the Muslim, by the way, they make fun of you, says you believe in the story of Jacob in the Bible, but you Muslim believe in it, you idiot. Because when you accept that Jacob name became Israel, it's when you accept the name and you accept how he became Jacob. And this is the same story for all the Quran. You know, the Quran is like I don't know if you saw those hippies who try to make a supposedly fashion. So they took a piece from every kind of color of clothes and they stitch them together and they make a new skirt. So the skirt like have a red spot, yellow spot, blue spot, but they don't really match. And this is exactly what Islam is about. Is a patches. He take patches and he put them in his skirt and he claimed that this is his skirt. But the second you ask a question, where you get this from? They don't know, because they did not buy it from the store. They collected it from everywhere. Like if you go actually, because Muhammad is really a madman. I mean, when he copy in a stupid way. If you read the story of Adam, the Bible says that God he taught Adam all the names, but the Bible says that to show that Adam he been given a knowledge to survive with. It's not about God. He gave him a knowledge and he told him, tell me all the names and those things. No. He gave him a knowledge. In the story and the Quran, the story is different. The angels, they accuse Allah that Adam, he should not be created. He's a bad boy. He will do mischievement. So Allah wanted to prove to them that he is right and they are wrong. So then Allah, he taught Adam all the names and he told him to recite those names. The angels, they said to him, Allah, are you going to create someone who will do mischief in the earth? And that is a challenge to Allah authority. To someone who will do mischievement and shed blood, Allah get upset and he said, I know what you know not, which means you are wrong, you are stupid. And now Allah decided to prove them wrong. So what he did, he taught Adam all the names of all things, and then he placed them, which means the things, in front of Adam, in front of the angels, and he said to the angels, tell me those names if you are right. Right about what? Right about Adam will do mischievement. So the story here is so stupid to the point is mad, crazy, because all of us, we knew that Adam was kicked out of heaven, so he did mischievement and the angels, they were right. But why Allah challenging the angels to prove that they are right when they are right? So look how Allah, and look how stupid silly the story. Allah, he taught Adam the name of the dog. Hey Adam, what the name of the dog? He said that this dog, his name is Susu. Before he asked Adam, he asked the angels, hey angels, do you know the name of the dog? The angels said no, Allah, only Allah knows. So now Allah, he taught Adam all the names before he do that, but now it's time to ask Adam. He said, Adam, tell them the name of the dog. So the Adam, he said Suzu. So he said, see, I told you, I know what you know not. Tell me the names of those things if you are right. I mean, is that how you examine them? If you know the name of the dog, that's not a miracle because you are the one who gave him the name. What about you do the opposite? What if you ask the angels to name the dog and then you tell them without telling you? So this story alone here is enough to prove Muhammad to be a mad, stupid person. I'm not insulting, by the way, but the story is stupid. I mean, what the point here? Adam was kicked out of heaven, which means the angels, they were right. Teaching Adam all the names will not make any difference to prove that the angels are wrong or right, because you taught him the names anyway. You are the one who gave them the names. And that will not change the fact that Adam was doing wrong. And right after he was kicked out of heaven. So now Allah, he said to Adam, okay Adam, tell them the names. Okay, tell them the names. And Adam starts saying microwave, shish kebab, hummus. No, that's not hummus. Hold on. This is not hummus. This is falafel. This is chicken. This is Obama. This is, I mean, what does this have to do with the topic? So he wanted to prove to them that they are wrong about knowing what Adam will do by teaching Adam the names. And now because they do not know the names, that means they do not know. And because he know the names, that means he's God. That is the most stupid, silly argument ever. I call my cat a name, and then I ask you, what is the name of my cat? You say, I do not know. And then I say to you, okay, the name of my cat is Fufu. That is a proof that I am God. Who is the stupid here? Do you even Muslims have a brain? By the way, guys, try always when we start our podcast here to copy the link and post it in Muslim pages like Facebook, Twitter, etc. So maybe we can get some Muslims have the courage and the knowledge to debate us. All right. Now, right after that, look what Allah, he said to the angels. I mean, this is madness. Allah, he told the angels to bow down to Adam. Like, what the heck? The Muslim, they say to you, we Muslims should not bow down to anyone save Allah. But Allah is the first one who taught to bow down to someone else. And to who? To a sinner man. And then the story go more mad and more crazy. Few days after, or the same day maybe, Adam and Eve, they went to the garden and they ate from the apple, so Allah, he kicked them out. But remember the whole story saying that Allah want to prove that Adam will not do mischievement, and then Adam do mischievement. So Allah is wrong again. Can't you tell this is a madness story? This chapter alone is enough to make all the Muslims in the world leave Islam. And not only that, Muhammad, he decided to make more poo-poo. Look at this. If we go in the hadith, you will find this. We know in the Quran that Allah, he kicked Adam from heaven, right? Okay, why he kicked him out from heaven?
Any Muslim can tell me? They will say to you, because he disobeyed Allah. Are you sure? Why he was kicked out from heaven? Because he disobeyed Allah. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Okay. But your prophet said that Allah wrote the destiny of the sin of Adam before he created him by 40 years. Some hadith they say 50. So Allah wrote for him his destiny to do sin, and then he kicked him out. Huh? Read with me, Abdul. Adam and Moses, they held disputation. Musa says to Adam, you are our father. You deprived us and caused us to come out from paradise. Adam said, you are Moses. Allah choose you for his speech. Allah chose you for his speech. Okay. And wrote the Torah for you by his hand, with his hand. Do you blame me for doing deeds which Allah has decreed that I should do 40 years before he created me? I mean, isn't it, this is a mad story? So if Allah, he wrote for Adam the sin he will do 40 years before he created him, why Allah kick him out from heaven? And you will see here Muhammad, he continues saying, so Adam get a better argument from Moses, which means Adam is the winner. So Adam saying to Moses, you cannot blame me for getting out of heaven, you idiot, because it's not my sin. Allah, he wrote that sin for me. He decreed that sin for me 40 years before my creation. What I can do? So the question is, why Allah punish Adam, kick him out of heaven, if this was his destiny written by Allah for him? Any Muslim have an answer? Who is the stupid here? Imagine I am God and I make you commit sin. I write a destiny for you and you cannot get away from it, and then I punish you for doing what I wrote for you. It's like, you know, telling you, let's say you have a child. You have a child at home and you tell him, okay, if you eat this dish, I will buy you a bicycle, because you are being obedience. Now the kid, he eat the dish. After he eat it, you spank him because he obey you. Yes, my friend. What is your question? You want to call or you want to ask it in the text? So this religion, there's no point of it, because even the sin of Adam is not his sin. This is the sin of Allah. Yeah, the story, yeah, you see, if you go here, well, the Quran doesn't give really too much details. The Quran speak about, you know, like, you know, don't do that and don't do, but it then does not give a clear story. As we said, the Quran is like, the Quran is like a summary book. You know, it's like let us say you are in a classroom and you are trying, you cannot write fast as the teacher speak. So what do? You write a headline. But if you go, there is no really reference. In order to understand somewhere or what exactly Eve did, we don't know. What exactly Adam did, we don't know. If you go to the same verses we are reading from, all right, here we go, in the same chapter. Read with me here. After he taught Adam the names, etc., okay, and bowed down to him, Then we say to Adam, okay, go and enjoy your time in the garden and eat, etc. But don't approach this tree. What tree it is, we do not know. Why? We don't know. And then Satan make them slip from the garden. How he make them slip, we don't know. Did he make them eat from the tree? We don't know. What happened? Any Muslim can tell us what happened? Or what it says that Satan, he made them slip from the garden. How? Nobody knows. Did they eat from the tree? We don't know. Did they jump in the tree? We don't know. And then you will see Muhammad, he blamed Eve for the sin. You see, I saw some videos. The Muslims, they say, the Christians Bible blame women for the sin of Adam. That's false. As you see, God, he punished both of them for the sin. They will say to you, like one of the apostles, he said that because Eve, she deceived Adam. Well, Eve deceived first and Adam was deceived next, but deceive first and deceive next will not make any difference. For both of them, they are deceived. However, Muhammad, he said the same, and the Muslim, they make fun of our story. It says here, if not Eve, let us see. The Prophet said, for the Israeli, which means if there's no Jews, there's no meat will decay. So Muhammad, he claimed that the reason our meat need a refrigerator because there's a Jews in earth. And then he says, but if there's no Eve, there's no wife will betray her husband. Do you see it? And this is in Sahih al-Bukhari. So Muhammad, he claimed that Eve, she betrayed her husband Adam. But by doing that, Muhammad, he admitted original sin. Why? Because he claimed that all the sin is coming back from Eve. You see how stupid the story? The same actually the story we showed you before, where Adam, he said, Adam and Moses, he said to him, because of you we are out of heaven. Adam, he says, are you blaming me for the sin decreed for me 40 years before my creation? But based on this, Moses, he believed in the original sin, because he is accusing Adam that because of you we are out of heaven. Here you will see Muhammad agree with Moses, which means contradicting his logic in the story where it says that Adam win the argument, because now he claimed that Eve is the source of the sin of women, and if there's no Eve, there's no woman betray her husband. Now, did Eve betray her husband, Muslims? Do you really believe that Eve betrayed her husband? Any Muslim here? So what we prove until now today, refuting this Abdul who's speaking about salvation, that Muslims have no idea what salvation is about, and there's no salvation of Islam. Actually, you see, even the child in Islam, even a child when he is born, even if he is 1 day old, in Islam he is not granted salvation, because Muhammad said the following. Let me show you. We show you this hadith, Muhammad saying that nobody have salvation by Allah, his deed will not, the Muslim here they add the word alone, as you remember, but it's not in Arabic, exist. No one his deed will grant him salvation. This is the statement of Muhammad, and there's no alone. The Muslim, they put the word here alone as a fabrication of the translation. So the correct translation is, none amongst you whose deed would, take this alone off, would attain him salvation. So how salvation come? By the mercy of God.
And how we can prove that Muslim they lie in the translation? The hadith in front of us in Arabic. It says, ليس أحد منكم ينجيه عمله. Not even one of you, he will be saved by his deeds. There's no alone, this garbage. They ask him, what about your prophet? He said, not even I, unless Allah he warned me with his mercy. ولا أنا إلا أن يتغمدني الله منه بمغفرة ورحمة. Not even me, unless Allah he warned me with his mercy and forgiveness. So salvation in Islam is not guaranteed for anyone. It's based on how lucky you are. You pray, you fast, you do jihad is a joke. This is all doesn't count. And let me show you something else. We showed you how Adam, the sin of Adam was ordered, decreed to Adam before his creation, which means all the sin of mankind written by Allah to every person who is born. If you go in the hadith here, you will see the following. Let us see. Where is the hadith? All right. You see here Muhammad is speaking about the creation of the baby. Muhammad, for sure, he made many scientific mistakes in this story here, but this is not important for us now. When you are in the stage of a creation, the angel will ask Allah. The angel will write your destiny, asking Allah, oh Lord, will be male or female? So Allah will say male or female. Rich or blessed, he will be bad or good. And how much his perversion will be, and what his age will be. So all of this is written before you are born. Then the sin you do, the good you do is written by Allah. The age you live is written by Allah. You will be happy, rich, poor, written by Allah. So everything you have is the decision of Allah. Now, what about if somebody is a child? He never commits sin. An infant, a baby who just died after his birth. Is he going to go to heaven? No, not necessarily. Muhammad said, when Aisha, she attended with him a funeral of a boy, a child. Aisha, she said, there is a happiness for this child. Aisha is talking. There's what? A happiness for this child. Why? That's a good logic, actually. She said, let me show you actually the complete hadith. Hold on. Here we go. This is the complete one. Aisha, she said, Allah Messenger, there is a happiness for this child who is a bird from the birds of paradise. So this is a Muslim child who died in a very early age as an infant. For it committed no sin, nor has reached the age when can commit a sin. Look what is the response of Muhammad. He said, Aisha, peradventure. Another way, Aisha, don't be stupid. It might be the otherwise. What? Which means it might go, he might go to hell. Muhammad saying, no. Don't speak foolishness. It might be the otherwise. This kid, he might go to hell. Why? Because Muslim, be careful. Because God created for paradise those who are fit for it where they were in their father backbones. And he created for hell those who they are go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father lines. Do you see it? So based on this, you do good, you do bad, you commit sin, it doesn't matter, even if you are a baby. Do you see it? He's a baby. He never commits sin, and he's a baby of a Muslim family. And the proof, Muhammad and Aisha attending the funeral. So why this baby will go to hell? Any Muslim can tell me? Any Muslim have an answer? If Allah created us before He created us, those who will go to hell, those who will go to heaven. So what the point of converting to Islam? And what the point to do Hajj? And what the point to pray to Allah? And what the point to do jihad? If it doesn't matter, we are going to go to hell or heaven, doesn't matter. Allah, He decided before we are born. And this is a little child who is a Muslim child, yet he is not granted to go to Islam, to heaven. Any Muslim have an answer? Obviously they don't. This is why when we say Islam is a stupid religion made by a stupid man for stupid people, you know why people don't believe. Don't you see what Jesus said, guys, about this? Anyone remember? Jesus said, if you don't turn to be the same as those little ones, you will not enter the kingdom of my Father. So Jesus saying the opposite. You notice what I'm saying? Jesus saying, for us as an adult, in order to go to heaven, we have to be decent, the same as those children. They have a good heart. They might do something bad, but they don't mean it. They are not evil. Those infant, like a little child, he is 6 months old. If you put in front of him a dirt, he swallow it. You put a coin, he swallow it. He have no idea what he's doing. Pure, innocent creature. So in order to go to heaven, you have to be almost the same like those. Muhammad saying this, the opposite. That even children are not granted to go to heaven. You will see Jesus blessing the children's. If you go to Matthew 19, you will see Jesus, he even rebuked one of his apostles for trying to push away the children, the kids, from Jesus. Muhammad is speaking the opposite. His God, he don't care really if they are children or not. Still, the child who commit no sin, he will go to hell. And a child who did no wrong or right, it doesn't matter if what he did, still he might go to hell, he might go to heaven. This depends on Allah's decision. So this is a moody God. I mean, is it fair that this is child, he might go to hell? Why? Muslims, can anyone tell me why? What is the justice in this? A child, he commit no sin, he is just born, and yesterday he born, today he die. Why he will go to hell? No answer.
So I hope today we have a good I was wishing that some Muslims will call us like last time. Last time we have a Muslim he called, but it looked like today they are, they are being careful. They don't want to call. They know what will happen. They know exactly what will happen. Anyway, I think we have enough for today. I don't want to make it long on you guys. So don't forget, we are doing our podcast. I think the new schedule is better. That will allow me to do some of my work, and you guys every day it might be too much, even though we have less people watching, but it's okay. Remember, we do it like we have this coming Sunday, we have Wednesday, and Sunday and Wednesday, and Saturday we don't, right? And today is Wednesday actually, and we will be back in a Friday, so we have a 3 times a week, and I think it's more than enough. So please tell your friends, and we do it in those 3 days at 4:30 p.m. All right. So I think it's good. Less pressure on you and on me, and but we need still more help from people to bring more people. And by the way, in the last week, we have many Muslims who call me trying to argue. So you guys, you need to cut those videos and make them videos by their own, like a video for the debate alone. You can post them in your YouTube because they are funny, they are very, very nice, and Muslims being smoked badly. So I hope that some of you are doing that. All right. Those kids you mentioned in the text, like is a wadi, those are kids. Those kids are, those kids, they want to debate me. They have articles challenging me to debate 10 years ago. They don't dare. And the one you mentioned his name, he come to my room, and look what happened. I said, how come in Islam there is no punishment for gays? This guy got excited. Huh? He put his hand up. He said, who told you that? I said, I say so. He said, okay, let me read for you. So he picked up a hadith and he started reading. And when he arrived to where it says, they said to him, there's a gay in every house in Mecca. So he said, what do you want to do? He said, order them to kick them out. And where it says that Umar, he kicked one, the Prophet, he kicked one from his house. When he arrived there, he ran. This is how stupid they are. I know he will read that hadith for me, but if I give it to him, he will say it's weak. You know what I mean? If I am the one who says to him, read it, he will say this is weak hadith. I reject it. But now, because I make the challenge in the opposite direction, so he voluntarily decide to read the hadith for me. And I asked him, do you agree with it? He said yes. No, my friend, all of them, they are dumb and stupid, and they have no idea what they are talking about. No matter. I never saw a Muslim, he knows what he's talking about. Never. So don't tell me they are better than Zakir Naik. All of them, they are the same garbage. All of them, they do not know Islam. They are copy paste from the internet. Somebody made an article. They wrote to what's his name? The guy who make his hair like a gay. What's his name? Osama Abdullah. They asked him to take down all the articles in his website. Why? Because it's full of mistakes. Question: those writers, when they made the articles, they were scholars at that time, or they were dumb? Now they notice that's full of mistakes. You know what I mean? And Osama Abdullah refused to take them down because those articles are bringing people to his website. And the email is there. The stupid Abdul, they exposed themselves. I don't know if you know what happened. Sam Shamoun, he used to send email to Osama Abdullah and etc. So they have him in the mail list.
So now the Muslims are fighting each other. They are biting each other. So they what they do, they send the email. So they want all the Muslims to know what's happening. So Sam Shamoun in the mail list, they forgot about him. And suddenly Sam Shamoun start receiving emails. This guy is saying, I want to kill you, like Osama Abdullah, and what's his name? Monkey Box. And I play karate. I will break your nose. I will break your bones if I see you, etc. I mean, it's a mascara. And they start mentioning what happened. Do you remember when Sam Shamoun he destroyed you in the debate? And the other guy he said, do you remember what happened to you when you debated the Christian Press? Unbelievable. What a laundry. And all this email is coming to Sam Shamoun, you know, like and I swear by Allah, if I see you, I will break your bones. You know, this is what they talk. And then what his name, Osama Abdullah, he sent himself an email. Look how they are people of the devil. He sent an email to himself claiming that there is a Muslim guy. He claimed that he want to kill him. Anyone remember? He made a video about it. It's on YouTube. I forgot the name of the other guy. Anyone remember the name? So he made a video claiming that he received an email from, I don't know what his name, saying that this guy is he making a threat to kill him. So what this guy he did, he called the police. He said, I did not send him an email. I want to see what's happening. So they contacted him. They said, who is the one who sent your email to kill you? We want to investigate. Then Osama Abdullah, he said, I'm the one who did send the email to myself. The guy, the other Muslim guy, he told him, I will drop my case against you if and only if you make a video apologizing for fabricating lies about me. And he did. You can search, actually, let me see. There's an article he made. He says, this is me, Osama Abdullah. I swear by Allah that I am the one who fabricated the email. I mean, what a religion, man. Osama, let me search. That's for fun, you know, we are done. Osama Abdullah, apologize for lying. Oh, okay. Maybe you guys can find it, because I forgot the name of the person. Who is the person who accused him that he wanted to kill him, you know? Let us see. And he sent emails to himself from Sam Shamoun to you know, guys, there's a movie, it's called The Perfect Host or The Host. Anyone remember it? The Host. I think it's called The Host or The Perfect Host. Let me see. The Perfect Host. Yeah, this is the movie. I advise you, all of you, to watch it. The Perfect Host. All right? This is the exact guy we are talking about, like those Muslims. They send emails to themselves. They debate themselves. They win the debate. And you lose it. There's actually a forum. I forgot which website. This guy, what his name? I forgot which one of them. Anyway, he made two names, one for him and one for Sam Shamoun. So he entered the website and he say, hey, Sam Shamoun, blah 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 blah, etc. And then Sam Shamoun supposed he answer, but it's him. So he come back and he log with the other name, and he answer the Muslim supposedly now Sam Shamoun, but the fact it's the same person, and he give very stupid answers. You know, this is how they are. They have no dignity. However, this movie, actually, I invite you all to watch it. It's fantastic. The one who wrote this movie is really a smart genius. It's speaking about a person. I don't want to tell you what the story, because if I tell you that, that will destroy the joy of the story. You know, I don't want to do that. Watch it, and then you will know what I'm talking about. Do we have any Muslim here would like to call me? If there's any Muslim would like to call. So my last question to the Muslims: why a child he will go to hell, Muslims, if he commit no sin? What is the justice and what is the logic of this madness? Anyone can tell me? No answer. Well, I want to say thank you guys for being here. May the Lord bless you all, and we will see you again this coming Friday, and we will be having a new topic and a new article to refute and to answer the Muslims with. With this, I say God is good, and our Lord, the Messiah, the living Lord, we are his followers, and we follow only the living one. You Muslims are living, dreaming about salvation, when your prophet, he said that there is no salvation guaranteed to you, and your deeds will not help you. It's a gambling. It's your prophet who said to you that my nation will be 73 sects, one only will go to heaven. Which one? My Lord, he said, all those who follow me will go to heaven, not sect. My Lord, he don't preach for sect. He don't believe in sect. He believe in believers. Whoever believe in me and I will live. I am the Alpha, I am the Omega, I am the resurrection, I am the life, I am the truth. That is my Lord who said I am. And yet you say to me, where he said I am God, worship me. Whoever believe in me will live. Not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. We don't believe that God, he wrote for us our sin, because that will be unjust of God for making me pay for the sin I did not do. We don't believe that God, he created our sin before he created us, because that will be stupid that God, he punished Adam for sin he did not do. We don't believe in a God, he will take the sin of somebody and place it in someone else. As the Muslims they say, well, are you saying that God, he take your sin and put it in Jesus? That's false. We don't believe in that. Our sin is our sin. And when we say that the Messiah, he paid for our sin, that's mean he died because of our sin. It's not his sin placed on him. It is you Muslims who believe in that. Your prophet, he said in the judgment day, Allah will take the sin of all the Christians and the Jews. Sorry, the sin of all the Muslims, and he placed it upon the Christians and the Jews, and he make them pay for it in hellfire. That is your belief, not our belief. So I say to you, repent and come to the truth, and the truth will set you free. A dead man, he cannot save you. Follow the living Lord, the living word of God, the living Messiah, who is with us right now, listening to us, as even your Quran witness. If your Quran is saying to you that the Messiah is alive, how dare you to follow the dead man Muhammad? How dare you to follow a liar, a child molester, and you leave the one who commit no sin? Even if you want to claim that Jesus is just a prophet, how dare you to compare between someone like Muhammad and someone like Jesus? Even if you want to believe in Jesus as just a prophet, shame on you. How dare you? It's hard to believe that there's a human being have little brain will leave someone with the ethic of Jesus, with the teaching of Jesus, with the wisdom of Jesus, and follow someone like Muhammad. You Muslims must be mad and possessed. And may the Lord have mercy on you if you repent. With this, I want to say, Christ is Lord, Islam is false. I mean to that. And see you this coming Friday. God bless. Thanks.